So runners at the start then for this Coolmore Wootton Bassett Nunthorpe Stakes Group 1 contest. It's how the market is shaping up. 11 to 8 as for 100 to 30 Bradsell, who has been the mover of the day, continuing support closely off. Big Evs available much shorter for the majority of the week. 13 to 2, 8 to 1 Believing, one of a couple to play up in the paddock, including Bradsell as you saw. Washington Heights 12 to 1, 14 Star Lust, but as for remaining pretty strong in the market at 11 to 8 as they are at the start.
Yeah, just having a look at Asphora here, you'll see she has a pony who travels with her everywhere. The only thing is, Oisin Murphy went away from the pony on the way down, and she was a little bit reluctant. She kept looking for the pony. Now she's happy the pony is back.
So she's 11 to 8. Let's start with you, Adele. Who's the best bet in the race?
I have to say, having looked at them in the prelims, I was very taken with Bradsell. I thought he looked really, really well. He was absolutely bouncing. I think Archie Watson's done a fantastic job with him. He was absolutely gleaming. They obviously wanted to take him down last, and then I thought they did so well to keep hold of him in the prelims, just showing really just how enthusiastic and how fresh he is coming into this. And don't forget, he's got bags of form. He was obviously off for a little while. He's just had the one start this year, so he's lightly raced compared to the rest of them.
Easy to spot. The red colours will come out of stall 3, the two-time Royal Ascot winner. Jason, who do you like?
Well, I nailed my colours to the mast with Asphora, and I'm hoping that the Aussies can get it done again. The main reason as well, drawn in 8, Oisin will be able to get a lovely slipstream into the contest. If it was on paddock inspection, Ed, I remember Believing. George Bowie came home from Hong Kong, Sha Tin, with his tail between his legs. Couldn't believe that she ran so bad. But since then, each...
The draw. A horse I mentioned is Frost at Dawn, not because I think it's got a winning chance here, the Grave filly, but because she hasn't run for a long time, 146 days. She last ran a Maidan in March, and she's just been tipped in here. We haven't hardly even acknowledged her. Look, I think she's one to watch for the future. It's an ambitious target for her here off the back of a break, but we'll see. Well, the check horse, Pontos, can we...
Well, no, he's the pace, isn't he? He led them. After being slowly away at Goodwood, he then still rattled past them down the hill when they were going lickety-split. So he's the pace angle, so that gives the low-drawn numbers a help, if you like, but it won't be for very long.
I haven't mentioned Makarova yet. Reliable she is, isn't she?
Well, she looked really good when zipping up the hill at Sandown. Probably it wasn't a bad run when she was behind Believing.
What's your husband expecting from his old friend?
Well, he went and worked with her the other day. He said she worked very, very well. This was her target last year. Then after the July Cup, she just kind of picked up a few problems, so they didn't rush her all back this year. She obviously ran in the Duke of York, and she ran very, very well first time out. They maybe backed her up quite quickly when she went to Haydock, and then she dead heated last time out. So she looks like she may well be coming back to some kind of form, and Paul was very happy with her when he went to work the other day.
What's happening here, Mick?
Yeah, Pontus is going to be one of the last to load, along with Asphora who's just gone in, Believing with Ryan Moore, another one who's going to be late. This Pontus, and getting very excited.
Pontus will fly from the start like an absolute rocket. Big Evs there. 7 to 1. Round 3 against Asphora. Set to go off at 6 to 4 favourite. Bradsell well backed. Richard.
Pontos are Believing in the last 2 for the Coolmore Wootton Bassett Nunthorpe Stakes. And they're off and racing, and Clarendon House once again very slow away, effectively has forfeited his chance. Pontos is staying solo towards the far side. Bradsell in red and white with Star Lust, Washington Heights and near side Big Evs to the front wave. Asphora staying towards the stand side in the turquoise and black stripes just ahead of Frost at Dawn. So majestic at the back of that group, Makarova and Believing. They're matching Matash's course record sections early on, as over on the far side Pontus leads Bradsell. Holly Doll looks across to see where the others are. Oisin Murphy looks the other way on Asphora, getting a toe in off Washington Heights, and Bradsell has gone for home. Bradsell led in by Pontos has the advantage. Then Washington Heights, Big Evs, Asphora still with work to do. Then Starlust, Bradsell trying to see it out in the Nunthorpe. From in second place, Starlust. Asphora taking a long time to pick up, but Bradsell's clear. Believing is the one that's finishing off on the near side. Bradsell all out. It's Bradsell's Nunthorpe. Bradsell beat Believing. Back in third place was Starlust. Asphora only fourth. Washington Heights, Pontos, Big Evs, Makarova. So majestic at the back of the pack with Frost at Dawn as well. Bradsell it is. who is home? Perfect toe in off the far side. Pontos, where the best ground's been all week. Believing from 13, had no chance but to stay near side, and she has finished off well. Back in third place, Starlust, and in fourth, Asphora. Bradsell, Holly Doyle and Archie Watson played up beforehand, but seldom has an owner been better named. Victorious Racing, victorious Bradsell, 57.34. They matched it early on. It's a good time. It's not a course record time. I doubt connections of Bradsell will mind.
The Nunthorpe goes to Victorious Racing. This is a brilliant piece of training by Archie Watson, you know. That Deauville return, and as Adele said, had this horse absolutely cherry ripe for today. Holly Doyle's tactics were so straightforward here, Jason. She went right from the start.
Yeah, well, Pontos, he skipped, doesn't he, from stall number 1, and over there, they were left on their own. Now, he knows, the rider of Pontos, Mikel, that a straight line is the quickest way home, and he's done exactly that. Holly was going to go towards the centre, look at this, and then she manoeuvres back across. I've got one target that is going to tow me into the race.
She must have just been looking at this point, just at the corner of her eye, just seeing Pontos, obviously, just slightly ahead of her. And that's it then. Here, Jason, she's got the perfect toe into the race.
Yeah, they were trying to match strides over on the far side, but even though that looks like they're nearly level, I'm pretty sure that they were super dominant down over this part. And now you're getting cover from Pontos, from the wind, but Commits, huge run from Believing. She was flat to the boards and has come down the far side.
So as we've seen this week, Big Evs with the noseband on the far side, no chance from there. Oisin Murphy on the favourite chose to follow Washington Heights. Mighty wish in hindsight to have gone left and track the winner.
I don't think he'd have been able to go left hand down from where he was. He was in stall number 8 anyway from initial, and he got himself into that lovely little pocket in between runners.
I think there was a moment where he almost wanted to go left, but maybe here is he carried right a little bit by Starlust.
It's late in the day
yeah,
now,
it
isn't
is.
it? You know,
Bradsell's gone,
yeah,
isn't he?
absolutely. Skipped away and cleared. The ability to jump and travel. Last year, you remember, when Living the Dream was off and gone, Bradsell couldn't latch onto his tail. Today, he's done it comfortably.
I just think Archie had him absolutely spot on today. There's a point in the race where he kind of looms up sides Pontos, and he kind of half takes hold under Holly, and he looks like he wants to go. He really wanted it. He was so up for it today.
Starlust has run huge when you think he's been winning handicaps down over this course and distance, and just outpointed for the minor spot.
Look at Holly. Look at Holly's strength.
It's great for the partnership, isn't it? Archie Watson and Holly Doyle, they've been so key to each other's careers. Holly's been very loyal to him and in reverse, and she's been given a lot of opportunities thanks to that great relationship that they've got, and this is a culmination of it. They've won a lot of big races together, and Holly goes up and down the country riding horses for Archie every day of the week, and this is the loyalty rewarded, getting the big opportunities on the big day, and it means a lot.
So Karen, who looks after this horse, led him up today on the deck in the paddock. One best turned out, and now's the winning groom as well. Nice payday for her. And now Holly, this is lovely. She's been out there today meeting lots of young racegoers, brothers to learn from. Oh, whoops. And now gets to parade in front of the grandstands with a disappointed pony making his way back, who took Asphora down eventually. I like how they do this. And Bradsell was very well backed. One at 3-1. Believing was second at 7. Starlust third at 12-1. Will the pony give her a look? Well done, perhaps. And Pony the winner back in.
Yeah. But he was, I was actually with him in the parade ring before you saw that shot of him scooting off, and I said, oh, he's the last one left in the parade ring. Holly was the last jockey to get on board. And I was about to say, he's really calm, he's taking this well considering the rest of the field is gone. And the minute she got the leg up on him, he scooted off, and that's when the poor groom just got slightly flattered, but luckily she's fine, and she'll forgive him everything, given that he's come back now a winner. And yeah, he was a mixture of calm but lively in the prelims.
Holly's last Group 1 was Trushan, winning a 2023 Cadran. Holly, it's another Holly day.
It sure is, and Alex Grieve was the first female jockey to win a Group 1 in this race. It was a dead heat, but you have won the Nunthorpe in your own right, Holly. Congratulations, he was excellent there.
Thank you. Wow, he's unbelievable, really. I don't have the words to describe him. He's definitely the comeback kid. All credit to Archie and the team at home. Have done an unbelievable job with him. I remember getting that phone call that night when he got injured and actually said it could be career-ending, and obviously you don't want to hear that, but here we are.
But for him to come back, what a tough horse, and just getting congratulations from Archie. For him to come back from that and do what he's done, it is remarkable and great credit to him.
It's unbelievable, and never underestimate our horses or what Archie does with them. They seem to always prove me wrong, and we've had some great days, and this is another one of them.
He was really fresh. Even afterwards, he was spooky at the grass. Karen obviously took a tumble, but
poor Karen. Maybe that's a good sign in trampling someone. I wasn't too worried. Thankfully, she's all right. But I thought, oh, here we go.
What were your expectations coming into the race? It was such a good race on paper.
I was quite confident. Honestly, thought he'd have a right chance. I rode him in the week, like I said, and best he's ever felt, and feels like a different horse.
Obviously, you've ridden plenty of Group 1 winners. You're a great jockey. But what does this mean to you, Holly?
This means everything to me. Riding winners for my boss, who's been so loyal, and Victorious Racing have been a great support of our yard. So this is what I do it for, days like this.
Well done. Enjoy it.
Thanks, Holly.
Oliver St. Lawrence and Victorious Racing. Victorious in the Coolmore Wootton Bassett Nunthorpe. And a lovely message. Steve DeLemos, who was celebrating this time last year, says he's so pleased for Bradsell. He went to Santa Anita and, do you remember, was withdrawn on arrival. And as Steve says, thoroughly deserved. Bradsell won at 3-1. Believing second at 7-1. Starloff was third at 12-1. Any excuses for Aspora? Was it the draw that beat Big Evs?
Well, I don't think so. Bradsell from stall 3 ended up getting the ideal toe in. The second has come from 13. So just that initial early pace with the low numbers, and he got the perfect draft.
George Bowie must be starting to think York is not his track.
Well, George Bowie's just finished talking to Ryan Moore. George, I mean, you're going to be satisfied with that. It's a great, great run.
Yeah, a huge run. I think she ran as we'd hoped. She sort of won her side, and brilliant ride from Ryan. Sort of, she can almost give that impression that she's not going a yard really, but she's just rushed off her feet a little bit early, and I think Big Ev's got us to the furlong and a half marker, and then she had to do it on her own, but gallant run.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks, if there was just a little bit of uphill at the end, it would help a horse like her.
I think so. Look, the plan has always been the Flying Five, and that's where we'll go next.
Well done.
Cool, nice mate.
She's so tough, believes, and deserves a big one, but today belongs to Bradsell. And Fawzi Nas is here from Victorious Racing as well, as we go back to Matt.
Henry Dwyer has just spoken to Ashim Murphy. It sounds as if Ashim feels that not everything was just as he wanted it today.
Yeah, he sort of made mention of the fact that obviously the track is suitable firmness-wise, but just feels like after 3 days of racing, it's quite chopped out, and he just didn't feel like she'll get traction. Look, he might be looking for excuses, we're probably looking for excuses, but that was what he was hanging his hat on to an extent. But I'd have to watch the replay. It just looked like Ponder's quickened away from them early, and Bradsell sort of tracked it. We couldn't quite go, and the story last 50 was pretty plain anyway. So I would hazard a guess. We never make decisions on race day, but she sort of probably hasn't gone forward from where she was last time, obviously. So it's hard to sort of arrest things unless you've got a genuine excuse, and we won't know if there's a genuine excuse for the next couple of days. But yeah, we'll have a think about things and see what we do going forward.
Just with the tracks, you've gone Goodwood and here, these are lightning tracks. Do you just think maybe a slightly bigger test, like she got at Royal Ascot, is actually what she just wants?
Could be, but that being the case, she probably would have been a bit stronger late, and I just didn't like her last 50. She was there to run second or at least third, and just sort of was a little bit plain that last little bit. So whether she's reached her peak and she's on the way down, or whether she didn't like the track, I'm not sure, but we won't know.
And the plan was to go Breeders' Cup. Does this make you just think twice about that or not?
Yeah, look, I wouldn't be thinking we'd be going to the Breeders' Cup. I'd be thinking if there was an option, we might go to Ireland for the Flying Five, but if anything comes out of the run and we're not happy with her, she'll be going home for sure.
That's where the runner-up's going, so you'd clash again. Good luck.
Very good. Thanks, Matt. Cheers.
Cheers. And I reckon that might be 9 Group 1s for this lady, who so many of the young fans in particular today, with the jockeys very much to the fore, they've wanted to meet her. And look at that, that's typical. Brilliant, brilliant. And this winner was very, very well backed. Went off at 3-1 in the end. A horse who won a Group 2 as a juvenile. Won Group 1s at 3, now has a Group 1 at 4. Won easily in the end. Some training performance from Archie Watson.